This video happened because of my Sovereign, ZDK14 and Jmon over on patreon.com/Karn EX and everyone else who gives me their money over there to make stupid Digimon and non-Digimon videos. Thanks! Digimon animation is 25 years old this year, and I am 5 years older than it. And Toei and Bandai Namco are seemingly celebrating. Digimon Con this year's promotion was mainly about Agumon and Gabumon, so just like every other year then. So join me, Welshman McGee, as I look back at the entire history of Digimon animation to get you all caught up in time for whatever nostalgia cash grabbery they do next. Generally, I'm going to be talking about these in Japanese release order, as tons of them are JP exclusive anyway, but some stuff will cater to the Americans and the Brits, sorry. And also, this is a very abridged history. Don't expect a deep dive on every single season. I'm just catching you up on what you might have missed if you haven't been as active as a fan as my dumbass for the past 25 years. The adventure begins, technically, with a movie on March 6th, 1999. This movie is iconic, and did you know that it was one of 3 Japanese movies that were all edited? This movie showed Taichi and Hikari discovering their first Digisummer that hatches into a Botamon, a machine, and 2 Monster Hunter quests. It all ends with fried chicken, the setup for the Digimon Adventure anime, and still one of the most melancholic end credits in all of Digimon. Then the heat came in! How could I sum up the plot of Digimon Adventure?
7 young kids go to camp for the summer.
Okay, and then what?
Wind up living in a digital land.
Pretty crazy, but what happens next?
Where everybody gets to meet his own Digimonster, a digital companion, a digital friend.
That's crazy, dude. Digimon Adventure is so loved for a reason. It's got Digimon, it's got guns in Japan, it's got a Pokemon the Pizza Man. The echoes of this anime would go on to shape the entire Digimon franchise for 25 goddamn years. And while I don't love all of it, call me a random Tokyo woman the way this show got its fangs into me. I think some standouts, of course, are the iconic Devimon and Angemon handing him his ass, only to get glass cannoned into scrambled eggs. The entire Myotismon arc in the real world to me is what Digimon was as a kid. That's my strongest memories of this show. And also when Tai and Matt got just a kick out of a giant vampire demon? Oh yeah, but Ash Ketchum turned to stone for 10 seconds. Womp womp. I know which spiky head Japanese boy is the bravest in my heart. Ash, get out of here!
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side!
Wait,
The year 2000, we survived the Y2K bug. No one's computer went crazy, unless, of course, you're in the Digimon world. Digimon Children's Wargame, aka Plagiarism is okay as long as you make a dope anime out of it, aka Summer Wars Zero, aka Belle if she wasn't afraid to swap hands, is probably the most iconic piece of Digimon media. We got Kuromon and Sumemon, we got cool internet turn of the century, Christ I'm old, stuff with little Agumon emails and Digimon surfing the web, and even a look at other kids across the world becoming aware of Digimon. Hey, who's that kid? Nah, I'm sure she doesn't matter. Do y'all remember that One Fox Kids Flash game? Oh my god, take me back, I don't want to be 30 anymore. And of course it introduced the world to Omnimon, the echoes of which can be felt in every corner of the Digimon franchise to this day, and absolutely no one has any issues with it. Everyone loves all the Omnimon milk. Oh, for God's sake, another Omnimon card game set, give me a break! The year 2000 also gave us Digimon Adventure 02, aka Digimon Shippuden.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
TK and Kari aren't annoying ass kids anymore, and they're joined by new kids who can be annoying instead. Oh hey, it's that kid from our wargame. Yep, Yoli or Miyako is a Digidestined because she witnessed the Diaboromon vs Omnimon epic rap battle of history, which means all of these people are Digidestined? The TLDR of this show is that a kid has become just like the absolute worst person ever and is enslaving Digimon and doing really awful shit. If that was someone's favorite character, they must be an absolute psychopath. But no, we follow a new generation of Digidestined as they initially tried to stop the Dark Towers and the Digimon Emperor, and eventually transitioned to stopping a virus made of literal evil from consuming all the children in Tokyo, and the vampire is back! I'm back in the f***ing building again! Anyway, Digimon Adventure 02 gave us Armor Digivolution, Prominent DNA Digivolution, and the entire career of Karn EX. This season is often punched down on by fans due to its messier ending, but honestly this season was peak to me as someone who just loves sequels with time skips. Shout out to JoJo's, Apollo Justice, and those Simpsons episodes where Lisa is president and Bart smokes weed. Crazy. Digimon Adventure 02 has Blackwall Greymon and the sexiest spider I have ever seen in my life. Peak fiction. Also in the year 2000, we got the movie Hurricane Touchdown.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Honestly, this is probably one of the lesser loved Digimon movies, but talking specifically about the Japanese version, it's honestly kind of great. The movie really captures summer, especially first seeing Daisuke, Iori, and Miyako on the beach with their Digimon, and this movie gave us Seraphimon and Magnadramon, and Magnamon and Rapidmon, plus almost the whole Lotmon line. Hell, the ramifications of Terriermon and Lotmon in this movie seem to directly affect the entire next season of Digimon. Plus, the movie poster is the most America thing Digimon has ever done, besides Gundramon. And at the same time in 2000, they also gave us was Digimon Adventure 3D Digimon Grand Prix.
I mean, it's alright.
Listen, this wasn't supposed to be a big release. According to Wikimon, Digimon Adventure 3D Digimon Grand Prix is a 7-minute CG short produced by Toei Animation that was originally screened at the Time Machine of Dreams. That sounds cool as f**k. Theme park attraction at Sanrio Puroland from July 20th, 2000 to June 23rd, 2002, and Harmonyland.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
So this was a 3D Digimon short that played at Hello Kitty's house. Okay, neat.
Hello, Kitty, Digimon partners win!
That's you. That's what you sound like. This whole thing is basically Digimon wacky races, and I guess its two main things are being in 3D CG and being about Digimon racing. Two things that sound like great directions for the franchise to go in. This also didn't get released in theaters outside of Sanrio Puroland until 9 years later alongside the 3D Digimon Savers movie. Wow, what a treat. And then, the year 2000... Fox Kids and Ska Music played polymerization to create the single most early 2000s piece of media ever made, Digimon the Movie, spawning a generation of annoying dub fans and an even more vocal generation of really annoying sub-purists. Digimon the Movie has its faults, of course it does. It's 3 Japanese movies stitched together to make... So yes, of course, we have to acknowledge that elements of the Digimon dub overall are not faithful to the original. If you absolutely want the pure creative vision of Digimon, you should always watch the original. I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the voice of God. Davis's abrupt crying, one of the best soundtracks in movie history, yes, including the Digirap, Pokérap BTFO, and honestly some pretty ingenious ways of connecting 3 largely unconnected stories. Digimon the Movie may not be pure, but ooh, as a dirty little bitch, I will love it forever. Unlike that one kid's parents after the Angela Anaconda short. March 2001, Digimon Adventure 02, Revenge of Diaboromon.
Somehow
Diaboromon
returned.
Yeah, we're in the year 2001. Everything is great until Diaboromon starts doxing the Digidestined. This movie honestly doesn't get enough love. It spawned some of the best gifts the Digimon fandom has ever had, and it's even a huge callback to our war game. The kids are going back in the internet, Diaboromon and Omnimon here. It's all the member berries you wanted, right? And then Diaboromon dies and reboot chips to Armageddon, and in a really cool moment, Omnimon passes the torch down to Imperialdramon. Yamato and Taichi pass down the torch to Daisuke and Ken, and produce a form that is several factors less cool than Omnimon in every way. Thanks. Wow, a movie that really ends on the 02 kids fully being passed down the torch, cementing them as the next generation of Digidestined. Can't wait for them to get another season.
Game over. Reset reality. Digimon Season 3. Can you see it?
April 2001, Digimon Tamers exploded onto the scene, helmed by a really cool and normal guy. This would change Digimon forever and generate that one dude bro nerd who always talks about how the show fell off after season 3 and that Frontiers with an S was lame. But this same person is also exclusively a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Anyway, yeah, Digimon Tamers is amazing, and it scratched an itch I was always looking for kids' cartoons: trauma. You know, thinking about it, my love of Death Note, Anohana, Erased, any anime that makes me want to pull a Menma. Maybe it's Digimon Tamers' fault. Digimon Tamers follows Takato, Rika, Henry, the Power Rangers ninja storm of Digimon as they get thrown into a new world where the Digimon they consider to be a multimedia franchise are real creatures committing domestic terrorism. Throughout the show, they discover the real nature of Digimon, find new Digidestined, and also discover that literally every adult ever is a huge no-good piece of shit. There's so much to love about Digimon Tamers, and this video can't even begin to cover it, but it has Beelzemon on a motorbike and the card/mechanic, rest in peace, so I'd really struggle to find a reason to criticize this season. Actually, I just remembered what happens if you Google image search Renamon, so the show is terrible and I hate it. And then, in the second half of 2001, something happened that would devastate the world forever. Digimon Tamers Battle of Adventurers. Listen, this movie is fine, but Minami is the most pointless chosen child ever, and they gave her a card before the Hacker's Memory or Rearize kids. I hate Digimon, actually. I'm gonna make yokai watch videos. Anyway, this is like a fun little summer movie, Takato and Co., apart from Rika, who's doing side quests in Tokyo. Head to Okinawa, where they meet Minami and Labramon, who becomes Sisamon and have a pretty low-key fight with a normal Digimon.
It's me, the devil. I'm here to convince you to do sin.
Oh, and spoilers, Minami's dog dies twice, basically. Epic, I hate anime. And in March of 2002, we got Digimon Tamers, The Runaway Digimon Express. A train movie. Well, not my bag, really. It was a sequel movie without Kanaka, for better or worse, where after that big, sad, melancholy ending of Tamers, the Digimon are just back. Still, we got Locomon and Grand Locomon and Parasimon and literally no new forms for any of the Digimon in Tamers. Moving on.
Digimon!
Digimon Frontier came onto the scene in April of 2002 and would fundamentally alter my friend Tom's brain chemistry for the rest of his life. A season full of familiarity with adventure send-ups, revisits from Digimon used in past seasons, but also fundamentally different in that this time the kids became the Digimon partners. It was Digimon Sentai Frontier. I initially did not vibe with Frontier. I don't remember it airing in the UK when I was a kid, and when I found out they had no partners, I kicked up a stink like the big diaper babby I was, but I've really grown to appreciate Frontier for its well-rounded characters, potentially very deep lore, and for other reasons. It's criminal to me Frontier hasn't been revisited in years, and I really think deserved one more movie than it got. Let's make it the next major celebration, please. That 20th anniversary celebration was shocking. Frontier did get one more movie though, Digimon Frontier Revival of the Ancient Digimon, and it was, honestly, this movie is so mid. There's some birds being evil, it was actually all Myrmicusmon, and Ancient Greymon and Ancient Garurumon show up. Cool. Well, at least Digimon was still popular at this point. We wouldn't have to wait long for more Digimon anime.
3 years later.
Yeah, get used to that. Next came Digimon X Evolution in 2005, a fully 3D CG movie all about the X antibody that unfortunately was not released outside of Japan. But that's fine, I'm sure its contents and the X antibody won't have any importance in the franchise over the next 20, oh my god, oh my Christ. This is a rare Digimon only movie, there's no humans at all, it's like the anti-Digimon Frontier. The story is kind of wild, it's actually an adaptation of a Digimon manga called Digimon Chronicles, but who cares about reading like a nerd? Oh, there's subtitles, damn it. Basically, Yggdrasil is like the guy who owns the Digimon server goes, nah, you guys are taking it too far now, what the hell is a Shakuamon? And decides to make Digi-COVID to wipe out a ton of Digimon. Understandably, some Digimon aren't so happy about this, and what begins is a bunch of Digimon adapting to this X program, developing their X antibody, which transforms them and their Digicorp into new forms. Neat. It also basically put the entire Doraemon branching evolution line on the center stage, which as someone who spent a lot of time on Digimon forums in the early to mid 2000s, I can tell you was the Stanley Cup of Digimon partners. Like, I totally get the appeal, but why does everyone have one now? And then a full year later in 2006, we got Digimon Savers, the most slept on Digimon season. I think because it didn't introduce any crazy new gimmicks, didn't have anything insanely cool visually to call back to. What it did have is honestly one of the most cohesive and satisfying stories in Digimon history. Masaru Daemon, not the Danganronpa fella, joins a government organization that are trying to keep the peace between Digimon and humans and keeping Digimon away from humans, alright? Anyway, what's cool about this season is that it continues the themes explored in the past, that sometimes adults are just assholes. And while Marukimon is an initial threat, the real bad guy is Professor Hojo, I mean Dr. Karata. This guy is like such a bad guy, it feels great to see him get pushed in. This season also gave us Bancho Leomon and the Chess Lesbian, so honestly might be my second favorite below 02. Gee, Masaru, how come Toei let you have 2 movies? The first of those movies came in July 2006, Digimon Savers 3D, The Digital World in Imminent Danger. This is another one of those theme park movies though. It's in 3D animation and actual 3D, but honestly aside from that, it's a total non-starter. It does have Kalumon crossing over with the Savers partners though, and they fight Armageddon, so that kinda rips. Even though Armageddon is defeated by 2 champion levels. What the hell? Then they got a real ass movie with Ultimate Power Burst Mode activated. This movie does my head in. So basically there's this girl Rhythm and she knows all about Algamon. They're algorithm, get it? Basically this entire movie is everyone takes a nap, they wake up, Algamon's a bad guy, Shine Greymon stabs him, and then this Rhythm chick kisses Agumon and takes Algamon's egg back to the digital world. Also, she isn't human. You can tell why they stopped doing Digimon season movies after a while. And then we got another time skip 4 years later in 2010 with Digimon Cross Wars, aka Digimon Fusion. Digimon once again shifted up the formula in 2010. Digimon Cross Wars had one of the biggest longevities in Digimon since Digimon Adventure, getting 3 seasons, which even Adventure couldn't technically muster by that point. There's a lot that didn't gel with Cross Wars for me, but it's also innovative and just so watchable. It's honestly a crying shame this didn't get a movie, but I feel like Seasons also getting a tie-in movie just stopped being a thing, so yeah, get used to that. Y'all ready to get depressed? Listen, let's get real for a second. Me and Digimon Tri have a complicated history. Tri is like part of the reason I got heavily back into Digimon again. I was always a fan. I played Digimon Masters for like a decade. I rewatched older seasons that I legally bought, but I definitely wasn't keeping up with the V-Pets or whatever for a good decade there, and then I saw that first Digimon Tri teaser with Agumon and Tai, and I was like, oh my god, Digimon, I love Digimon. And what we got was 6 movies of, is it rude to say Ow the Edge? There is a lot I still love about Tri, and I encourage you all to watch it, but my god, what a bummer. And the weird amount of cheesecake also made me uncomfortable comfortable. They're all still in high school. Anyway, that's not the point. We finally saw all the Adventure Megaforms in the anime, so that's cool. They also basically wrote the 02 kids out for the whole thing, which I have healed from, kinda, now that the 02 kids are back in stuff, but rough moment. But during all that depression, we got an even more slept-on season of the anime in 2016 with Digimon Universe Aptly Monsters. Monsters had this crazy idea to make Digimon that were partnered with humans who went to a digital world and merged with other Digimon to create new forms. And why the hell are people so mad about how different this was again? Like, almost every season of Digimon is different. 02 introduced Armors and DNA. Tamers was a reboot or a new universe with Card Slash and Biomerge. Frontier has kids becoming Digimon. Savers was actually good. Cross Wars had Digicross, but Atmon being apps was too much of a departure for people. I've still not finished Atmon, admittedly. I want to, but I'm just too busy with all 3 Equalizer movies and playing Super Hot VR. But the idea that Atmon is some kind of crazy, fundamentally different season is just crazy pills. You're all on crazy pills. New Atmon movie, please. Thank you. Then, all the way through 2017 and into 2018, the Tri Saga ended, almost 3 years after it begun, and there were some really cool moments in that second batch of Tri movies. I think the story of Mei and Meikumon, while a little bit too much of a focus, was still an enjoyable story, and the kids all uniting at the end was really cool, even if I don't love Omnimon Merciful Mode. But Digimon Adventure Tri Future did leave us with like 15 more questions than we had before Tri started, and answered maybe 3 questions we had before it. Nice to know who the original Digidestined were though, I guess. Then they announced Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, and then as Kizuna was being created, they crowdfunded 5 short films to kind of catch everyone up on where the kids have been between Tri and Kizuna. 5 people who contributed to that crowdfunder even got their own fan-made Digimon made officially, which is incredibly cool. There's actually no proper way to watch these shorts bar one, but I'd recommend checking out my pal Corey, the Diginos video on these shorts, because they are wacky. What if your childhood was over and everything was terrible, and it's hard to see any positivity in growing up? Yeah, imagine. Digimon Last Evolution Kizuna, aka Digimon Nah, this isn't the last one, can you imagine? Is the story of growing up. Tai, Matt, and the other 10 Digidestined, who are they again? Doesn't matter. Face a new threat in the internet. Eosmon. It's just like Diaboromon. A countdown begins, just like Diaboromon. But this countdown isn't for nukes. No, no, no. This is for the ending of Tamers, but even more emotionally devastating. Kizuna has some really dope battles, lovely nods to the past, and some truly baffling decisions. But the 02 epilogue is still canon, right? And then 2 months after Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna, a reboot of Digimon Adventure came out. When this was announced, we genuinely thought that Last Evolution Kizuna was going to do some time travel like JoJo stuff, where it was going to reboot the entire universe for a new continuity. They didn't do that, thankfully. Instead, what we got was something entirely different, a show that resembled Digimon Adventure, but honestly, if you changed all the names of the protagonists and gave them different partners, it would feel almost nothing like the original Digimon Adventure. It is a reboot in as much that it is fundamentally different. Overall, though, for me, it was a bit too long with not enough plot for my liking, but it had banging music. And in October of 2021, we got Digimon Ghost Game. Overall, though, for me, it was a bit too long with not enough plot for my liking, but it had banging music. Ghost Game is really cool conceptually, a Monster of the Week type show, very dark, spooky, feeling like Gegege no Kitaro meets Digimon Tamers. There's a lot to like there. Ultimately, for me, I'm always looking for a show with overarching narratives, but apparently Digimon Creative thought that most people wanted largely unconnected episodes with a little bit of overarching plot. But listen, Gamamon's cute and Goramon is me. He says champion instead of chocolate. Isn't that fine? Still should have got a season 2 or a movie though, if I'm honest with you. And that brings us to 2023 and the most recent piece of Digimon anime media, Digimon Adventure 02 The Beginning, which is not legally available in my country, so I haven't watched it yet. The 02 kids are getting their own movie. Aren't you excited to see Armor Digivolution and new Digivolutions for them? This instead is apparently the story of Uko and Louie, just what we wanted, just like we wanted in Tri, right? We wanted the story of Meiko and Meikumon, and why do all these adventure movies have such a boner for just being like, hey, forget about these kids that you like, what if there was another kid? Isn't this kid cool? Okay, admittedly, Willis was really cool, but who the hell is Manoa? Apparently this movie's pretty divisive, maybe the most divisive, and that's saying something given we have Tri and Kizuna. Some people loved this, and some people did not like this. I cannot wait to legally watch it in my country one day, although they still haven't done that. Congratulations to Canada and Australia, though, and America. Obviously, America gets everything. I'm not bitter. So I can finally see the new evolution that Imperialdramon got, right? Right, guys? Where are you going? But that is it. The entire history of the Digimon franchise, summed up in a way that only my eloquent mouth could. If you got this far, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite season of the Digimon anime is. And let me know if you want to see me do this with other stuff, Digimon V-Packs, video games, or non-Digimon media. And if you want to see all my videos early, get early access to my videos, suggest videos, and even contribute to custom art videos, you can do that on patreon.com/Karn EX. Thank you to my sovereigns, ZDK14Jmon, everyone else who supports me on Patreon, and my channel members on YouTube. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time when we go digital. Bye.